Hey everyone, Taylor here at Talemaker. Historically, I haven't been big on sharing video content, mostly because I can't stand watching recordings of myself. But in the spirit of doing it live, I wanted to do a quick video diving into 3 essential email automations you can use at your co-working space starting today. Most co-working operators do email marketing to some degree, whether it's a newsletter or promotional emails for specials and services. But automated emails are incredibly powerful because they allow you to put important marketing functions on autopilot. This means you can remove manual tasks for your team's plate, but still feel confident that things are running in the background. Today, I'm going to talk you through automated member onboarding emails, member engagement surveys, and Google review solicitation emails. So when you think of email marketing, you may be thinking of proactive marketing, things that help bring in new members. Google review solicitation helps on that front because it helps build credibility for your space among potential members, and it also helps enhance your online presence. On the other hand, though, onboarding emails and member surveys can support retention. They help people get settled in and provide you with real-world insights into how you can improve and optimize your space and services. So in this tutorial, I'm going to talk you through these emails, show you a few templates, and take you step by step through how to set them up. One quick disclaimer here, the steps may vary slightly depending on which email marketing platform or CRM you use, but the principle remains the same. And so I'll be showing you in ConvertKit because that's what we use at Talemaker. Obviously, I can't show you through any of our clients' email marketing providers because that is proprietary, but I'll show you how it works in ConvertKit, and you should be able to apply the same steps and learnings in whatever CRM or email marketing platform you use. So to preface here, I'm going to take you through sequences and rules. Just a little bit of technical jargon to wrap your mind around before we dive in. Sequences are the actual emails that will go out, and rules are the triggers that make those emails deploy. So when X happens, Y action occurs. And so all the automations I'll show you today will come from one trigger, which makes it really easy to follow along. And that trigger will be someone being tagged as a member of your space or of one of your locations. So if you want to access these templates, the download links will all be in the comments below. So let's dive in and see if I can get this all in one take. So the first email that I've got set up for you here is the new member welcome sequence. So most co-working space operators do this to some degree with varying amounts of depth and detail. But what I've found is that it's often something that's a manual task for community managers. So a new member signs on and then the community manager has to go in and make sure that this email goes out. So by automating this process, you can make sure that you're taking one step off of your community manager's plate and that everything is happening quickly and on time. So you'll have to make this your own. I can share a template with you in the comments below, but typically you're going to share things like Wi-Fi, building access, member portal information, how to book meeting rooms, how to use printers and scanners, all the essentials. I like to take this up a notch for our clients by adding things like nearby restaurants, nearby coffee shops, parking and transit. You may cover some of these things on your blog, but I just find that these help to get people settled into not just the space, but also the neighborhood where your space is located. So a couple things. When you come in to your email marketing platform, typically you're going to set up a sequence. So as I said, the sequence is the actual email. Once you get your content dropped in, good idea to personalize with a first name, things like that. There are a few things that you're going to want to set up. First and foremost, you're going to want to set your email when this goes out. So keep it really, really basic. For a new member onboarding, you'll want it to go out one day after the trigger happens, which again, I'll dive into in a second. You can select whether you want it to go out on Saturdays and Sundays, or if you just want this to be a weekday email. Once that's done, you'll hit publish and your sequence will be ready to go. Once that's done, you're going to want to jump over to your rules. So in ConvertKit, this is under automate rules, and then that'll open this up. So what you'll see here is a trigger and an action. So you can see all the various triggers and actions that we have set up for Talemaker. So people, when they download our courses, are subscribed to sequences that talk them through everything they need to know, things of that nature. So these rules will apply to all 3 of these automations that you're going to do. Super simple to set these up. So you're going to want to go new rule. Again, the trigger and the action. So the trigger will be when a tag is added. This will also depend on how your CRM is set up. You might have segments for members. You might have tags, whatever it might be. You can choose the one that suits you. So when a tag is added, I've got example new member setup. So you'll go, when a user is tagged new member, subscribe to a sequence, and then you'll look for the sequence member welcome, and then you'll hit save. So it's as simple as that. That means that as soon as somebody is tagged in your system as a new member, they'll be subscribed to this new member welcome sequence, and they'll receive that email after one day. So hopefully that seems simple enough. There's not a lot to it. The next one we're going to dive into here is a member engagement survey. So I love these. I recommend that my clients set these up because they're so valuable for getting insights directly from your members. Obviously, you get a lot of this in daily interactions with the people in your space, but sometimes that's in passing conversations, whatever it might be, and it doesn't always get documented and filed away in a place where you can actually use it. So what we do at Talemaker is that we set up a Google form like this one here. The reason we use Google Forms is because this automatically populates any responses that you get into a Google Sheet, so you can automatically track everything that people have said. So this can be personalized depending on your space, depending on your services, but it can be everything from, the experience, how likely people are to recommend your space, whether their productivity is increased, whatever it might be. And so you include that within your email. So going back to your sequence here, I typically like to send these out after, say, 45 days, because that gives people enough time to settle in, get a real feel for the space, and then I actually have a real idea and some real insights to share with you. So again, same as the last one. Once that's done, you would click publish. This is now live. And then you're going to want to go back to your rules. So again, you go automate, rules, set up a new trigger, new rule. So your trigger is when somebody is tagged as a new member, they're automatically subscribed to a sequence. And that sequence would be member engagement survey. And because in your member engagement survey, you had this set to 45 days, once you hit save, that means that after somebody is tagged as a new member in your space, after 45 days, they're going to get this automated survey form and they're going to get this survey that they can complete. Last but not least, we've got a Google review request email. Again, super simple. Once you've got your content populated in here, I typically like to send these at 90 days after. I don't like to recommend that clients send something too soon. I think you really need to give people time to settle in. But again, super simple, super brief, very low barrier request. So you would insert the actual link to your Google My Business review. So you can actually click open a review, or create a review, and you can send that link directly to them. So that all they have to do is click this link and they're immediately taken to where they submit a review. And again, you would do after 90 days, publish so it's live, and then go back and create one more rule. So automate rules, new rule. The trigger is again, when a tag is added, new member, they're subscribed to a sequence. That sequence would be Google review request, hit save. And because you have this set up at 90 days, that means that as soon as somebody becomes a new member or is tagged as a new member in your system, 90 days later, they will receive this email automatically to complete a Google review. The good thing with these automations is that once you set them up, once your triggers are live, that means that every time a new member is added, every time a new member is tagged as a new member, they will automatically get these sequences in order. So they'll get the onboarding welcome email after 1 day. They'll get the engagement survey after 45 days, and then they will get the Google review request after 90 days. So in the course of about 10 minutes, you've automatically set up 3 actions that'll happen without you having to manually manage them. That is, you'll make sure that your members are getting all the information they need. You'll make sure that they're getting a survey that gauges their satisfaction, and you'll be asking them to submit a Google review for you. A couple interesting things you can also do on this note. You can set up this same member engagement survey. So if you wanted to do this quarterly, you would do it every 90 days. You would need a new trigger for that. And you can also set up your Google review with different triggers. So if you have somebody, say, who completed an event booking or a meeting room booking, you could have a tailored version of this automation go out that says, 48 hours after their meeting is completed, it says, we hope you, enjoyed your meeting. We hope you enjoyed your event. We'd love your feedback. Would you mind leaving us a Google review? So with 3 simple templates and a few basic rules, you can automate a whole bunch of really important marketing functions that will help with your retention and your proactive marketing. Hopefully I didn't babble too much. Hopefully this isn't too complicated. If you have questions about how to do this, feel free to drop me a DM, leave me a comment. Email me at taylor@talemaker.ca. That's TAYLOR at TALEMAKER.ca. And if you want these templates and and the link to the Google or the member experience survey that you can use for yourself. You'll find those all in the links below. If you like this video content, let me know. I'll make more of it. If you don't like it and you found it annoying, let me know that too, and I'll pare it back. Thanks for listening.